And the first one is an Alistair Hewlett song called Mrs. Barbers Army. And Mrs. Barber was vitally important in the First World War in Glasgow. She started the Govan Women's Association, which ended up being the rent strikes, and it caused the government to return rents to pre-war prices all over the country because people were being evicted, and she almost got forgotten until Alistair Hewlett wrote this fantastic song. In the tenements of Govan in the year 1915, it was one big bloody struggle just to keep ourselves alive. We were counting out our coppers for to buy our scraps of food, when the landlords went and raised the rents just because they could. All the factories were humming, there was overtime galore, but wages they were cutting down to subsidise the war. Out came Mrs. Barber, fair her wee bit single line. She said, I'll organise the lasses if I can arouse the men, saying I'm fae Govan and you're fae Partick. This yin here's fae Bridgeweir and Don's fae Kennan Park. There's some as Parods and there's some as Catholics, but we're Mrs. Barber's army and we're here to do the work. Miss Barber made a poster saying we'll no pay higher rent, that she trapped on every door of every Govan tenement. She said, put this in your window and when you hear me bang the drum, we'll run out and chase the factor or the white kingdom come. When the poor we saw him round, he was battered black and blue by a regiment in pennies that knew just what to do. Mrs. Barber started the gathering o' the clans, and they ran out to the steamy yard with pots and frying pans, saying I'm fae Govan and you're fae Partick. This yin here's fae Bridgeweir and Don's fae Kennan Park. There's some as Prods and there's some as Catholics, but we're Mrs. Barber's army and we're here to do the work. Mrs. Barber's army spread through Glasgow like the plague. The masters got the message and the message wasna vague. Well, our men folk fight the Kaiser, we'll stand up and fight the war against the greedy bastards who keep grinding in the poor. If you want to stop conscription, stand against the profiteers. Send the whole big bloody sandpit crashing down in their ears. Will they stop, said Mrs. Barber, while the men we carry are marching out to hear their hearts blood wash like water down and down. I'm fae Govan and you're fae Partick. This yin here's fae Bridgeweir and Don's fae Kennan Park. There's some as Prods and there's some as Catholics, but we're Mrs. Barber's army and we're here to do the work. Well, it didn't take the government too long to realise, if you crack down on the leaders, then the rest will compromise. They arrested Mrs. Barber and they put her in the jail, but they made one happy big mistake, they let her out on bail. She can't and led her to the factories on the Clyde and on the Cart, marched into the court who's saying we'll tear the place apart. Mrs. Barber's army brought the masters to their knees, we're regiment and pennies backed by one and Dungan, saying I'm fae Govan and you're fae Partick. This yin here's fae Bridgeweir and Don's fae Kennan Park. There's some as Prods and there's some as Catholics, but we're Mrs. Barber's army and we're here to do the work. The next song is by an American singer-songwriter called Richard Shindell. I don't know an awful lot about him other than this song, and the fact that he offended quite a lot of Americans across the Bible Belt of America by this song is called The Ballad of Mary Magdalene, and he claimed that her relationship with Jesus might be a bit more intimate than the Bible would have you believe. My name is Mary Magdalene, I come from Palestine. Please Please excuse these rags I'm in. I've fallen on hard times, but long ago I did my work when I was in my prime. But I gave it up, and all for love. Was his career or mine? Jesus loved me, this I know. How on earth did I ever let him go? He was always faithful, he was always kind, but he's walked off with his heart on mine. I believe a love like this I do believe, and I'll not see his likes again as I live and breathe. And I'm sorry if I might offend, but I could never see how the tenderness I shared with him became a heresy. Jesus loved me, this I know. Why on earth did I ever let him go? He was always faithful, always kind, but he's walked off with his heart on mine. I remember nights we spent whispering our creed, our rituals, our sacrament, the stars our canopy. And there beneath an olive tree we'd offer up our plea. God's creation innocent, his arms surrounding me. Jesus loved me, this I know. How on earth did I ever let him go? He was always faithful, always kind, but he's walked off with his heart